Bitcoin is finally creating a new consolidation phase that is going to help us direct towards the next move on Bitcoin. And right now, I think there is a new standard in this Bitcoin bull run we need to talk about right now that is going to be helping you massively in this Bitcoin bull run. So I will be talking about this, the most important chart, the Bitcoin spot ETF flows, the Bitcoin funding rates that are absolutely going sky high, Ethereum, and many more important charts on today's update video. So without any further ado, don't forget to slam that like button once again, back above 1,000 likes. That will be absolutely incredible. And with that being said, let me jump straight away in towards the content. So looking at the imminent short term, after Bitcoin created this massive rally towards the upside, opened about 20% within 2 days, this is the first time where Bitcoin is once again going sideways. And once again, just like we had last time around, we're expecting that Bitcoin is going to be ranging between two levels. And in the beginning, we're going to create a consolidation phase, break down or break upward, and then we're most likely going to consolidate in this region for a little bit. So straight away to identify the region, I think the top region definitely on the top side is going to be somewhere around 64,000 US dollars, and the lower side of the region is going to be somewhere around 57,000 US dollars. That are the levels where I expect Bitcoin is most likely ranging between. But first, on the imminent short term, we are creating a new consolidation pattern with lower highs on the top side for the first time, while Bitcoin has been going so exponential, and still higher lows on the lower side, which means that Bitcoin is indeed gearing up for another move. Tomorrow it's weekend, so we're not going to see a lot of volatility, but still today we have a large possibility for a potential breakout of this Bitcoin symmetrical triangle, this next consolidation phase. And if you've been following the channel, you know that symmetrical triangles are one of the best patterns to call the next move on Bitcoin. So keep your eyes wide open on this pattern, because this is the time to prepare yourself for that next move. I mean, just like we were looking at that Bitcoin bull flag pattern, we exactly broke towards the upside, and within days, within hours actually, we reached our target of 62,000 US dollars, which was of course quite a ridiculous target, but we exactly reached it. And after reaching 62,000 US dollars, Bitcoin finally started to slow down a little bit. So right now, if I'm looking at the 1 hour time frame on Bitcoin, the price structure we're currently creating, we have been creating many times before, just like we have right here. We pushed up, consolidated a little bit sideways, and usually after we're seeing consolidation after such a long rally towards the upside, or such a significant rally I should say, usually we are going to be ranging between some levels, and I will be expecting it's going to be between this range right here. And before I will be going even further in towards the data that I'm currently seeing here on the price section of Bitcoin, let me quickly discuss the Bitcoin spot ETF flows, because yesterday we saw a 600 million US dollar outflow from GBTC, which was by far the second largest outflow we have ever seen from Grayscale. But right now still, even though we had a 6 million US dollar outflow, we saw BlackRock buying more than 600 million US dollars, which is of course absolutely insane. And the more Bitcoin is going to be flowing out of that GBTC fund, the better it is going to be for Bitcoin. But as prices are right now higher, potentially this is the point where people are going to say, okay, right now I'm going to take some profit. So it is likely that we're also going to be seeing potentially the Bitcoin spot ETF flow slow down a little bit here, but still we're having positive inflows, and BlackRock is just still accumulating more and more, and definitely at the most fastest pace out there. At the same time, funding rates are skyrocketing, and I've seen many people talk about this. I've talked about it as well on many videos before. And if you've been following the channel, you know that funding rates are very important for the market, because funding rates, they determine the market. And right now we can see that funding rates are extremely high, and that basically means is that the majority of the traders are actually right now trading long in the market. But like we do know here from previous bull markets, that every single time in the bull market we tend to see funding rates actually skyrocketing so significantly, and it isn't necessarily a super bearish signal. It is a signal that the market is in fact overheated, and once we do see that retracement back towards 1 or potentially even negative, it would also guarantee you that opportunity to be opening up new Bitcoin long positions. But at the same time, once funding rates are high, it doesn't necessarily mean that Bitcoin has to be seeing a flush out. It usually continues even further on towards the upside, so make sure to pay attention towards it. The funding rates are definitely very important to be paying attention towards, but usually in Bitcoin bull runs, the funding rates are staying extremely high, and if you're just only looking at the funding rates as your measurement, you are most likely going to be losing out in this market. Then quickly looking at the liquidation heat map, we're currently not creating a significant amount of liquidity on either side, so we can't really see where Bitcoin is most likely heading towards next from the liquidation heat map. We do need to see some more consolidation for that. I think that this Bitcoin bull market is going to be having a different standard, because If you have been in crypto, you know that Bitcoin usually creates these 30% corrections in bull markets, and that seems to be very normal. But this time around, it looks to be that it is going to be a little bit different, because ever since we have been bottoming, we have seen 4 large corrections on Bitcoin, and every single time in these corrections, we only go down 20 to 22%. So it looks to be that the new standard for this Bitcoin bull market is maybe going to be a 20% retracement, and then we're going to continue up higher. And that would actually also make a lot of sense, since there's more liquidity in the market. We're most likely not going to see these significant flush outs in the market. So yeah, if we were to be seeing from off this point where we're trading a 20% correction, I am massively going to be scaling in towards Bitcoin long positions, because I do believe that the bottom in this swing towards the upside is going to be found between a 20 to 22% correction. So whenever we're going to be entering that 20% region, I believe it's going to be an interesting point where we could be opening up new Bitcoin long positions. And while we have been searching significantly, you may be asking, okay, but Rover, where is a 20% correction going to be putting us this time around? So if we were to be getting a 20% to 21% correction for Bitcoin right now, it would put us somewhere around $50,000, which is of course still an extremely high number. But let's say Bitcoin is not going to be having a correction and go even further on towards the upside. Of course, a 20% correction could also come at a different level. So, I mean, we are going to be having a correction at some point in this bull market. And if we're going to be having any correction, I believe it's going to be a 20% correction maximum. And that is going to be allowing me once again to be opening up these next massive long positions in the market. So if you want to be benefiting from these opportunities in the market and you want to be trading it, any altcoins or Bitcoin, go to the link description of today's video where you can trade on Deepcoin. You could also copy trade me or other copy traders out there on this platform that are doing thousands and thousands of dollars in profit, and you can only join copy trading if you sign up an account using the link below right now. So check it out, and also you're getting an insane deposit bonus while signing up, so make sure to check it out in today's link of description of the video. Further on, we can see that on the monthly time frame, Bitcoin has actually created a massive monthly candle, and in fact, unfortunately, we have not created a higher monthly candle than the previous one. We were just $100 lower below the previous all-time high in terms of highest monthly candle ever closed for Bitcoin. But still, we have created an absolutely god candle. And this is clearly a signal that Bitcoin is entering a bull market. And well, in fact, I've said this many times before on the channel. Always once Bitcoin breaks above $52,000, we tend to see a very quick move to 60K. And just like you saw it happen over here, and just like you saw it happen once we broke below the 60K, it happened once again here. And historically, we don't have a lot of data about what Bitcoin is going to be doing next in this region. I mean, the last time Bitcoin was trading above $60,000, it was only for 5 weeks, and Bitcoin created a massive fake out, and after that we went down again. So we are trading in a very important region. I believe that we should be looking at the Fibonacci extension to see where Bitcoin is going to be heading next toward. And also, like we're approaching Bitcoin with the Fibonacci extension / retracement, we're also approaching Ethereum in the same way. Ethereum is currently sitting around 62% recovered compared to Bitcoin sitting around 80% right now. We are right now seeing that Ethereum is catching up once again with Bitcoin, and once it does catch up, it usually goes more exponential. And I would say once we confirm the break above this weekly candle, above the 0.65, which is approximately $3,500 for Ethereum, that we are also going to be going quite exponential, just like Bitcoin did as well. So expecting similar moves on Ethereum. Currently, Ethereum is still a little bit underperforming, but if you know, you know. The spot Ethereum ETF is happening in approximately 80 days, and in approximately 2 weeks from now on, we're going to get a massive update to the ecosystem, and I believe this is going to be catapulting Ethereum massively back compared to its Bitcoin pair. So I believe this is going to be a very good trade. I have put a lot of money where my mouth is, so I've bought a lot of Ethereum and I sold some Bitcoin off to do it, and I believe it's going to be an extremely good trade here to maximize my Bitcoin profit. So this was it for me in today's update video. If you did learn something from it, don't forget to slap that like button, and I'll see you guys back tomorrow on another update video. Peace out. Goodbye.